Welcome to Larry's Jugs Shop Talk number 52. I'm Larry Peterson from Red Wing, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about blue tint pictures that we call cherry band with advertising. Let's start before Lawrence zooms in with the older style. It was a malted picture. We always called it a sponge picture. It's a great picture. This is as dark as I have ever seen one. So this is really special. Now the bad news about this picture is it was very difficult to put any advertising on it. There's actually only 2 or 3 of these pictures with advertising on it. Now we're talking about 1914. We're talking about blue tint. We, of course, called them cherry band pictures. They came in the 2, 4, and 5 pint. 2, 4, and 5 pint size. We never called them that. As we talked before, we call them small, medium, and large. The beginning of them, I believe, is in around 1914, where the Becker picture, which is here, was made. The interesting thing about this picture in 1914 is we also have a malted or a sponge picture that they did with the same advertising on it. So they tried to make an advertising picture out of this, and again, they also looked at the cherry band style. I believe one of the benefits of the cherry band style was they could do advertising. Now here's a postcard from the Becker Company, blown up. Every year the Becker Company did a promotion. Now on the cherry band pictures, I've been told that they ordered 100 of them for 10 cents a piece. And if you purchase either $5 or $10, I've heard 2 different numbers, during the year, when December came, you'd get one of these pictures. So the big benefit of these cherry band styles is they could put advertising on it. This one without any blue tint. So we have this style, we have this one without blue tint, and there's also a Becker picture with a blue tint. They chose this. From then on, they did the blue tint on them. This one is another 1914 out of Iowa cherry band picture. It's the large one. So they did, again, they sold another one in 1914. Here's one 1916 out of Nebraska. A lot of the pictures, cherry bands, were Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Again, what makes this special is the dark blue in the cherry band. This is out of Minnesota. It advertised coffee in a store. This is a Nebraska piece. It's the smallest of the cherry bands, and it's out of Nebraska. So we know they started these at 1914. What's interesting, they went to 1925. Here's one, 1925, Merry Christmas, and 1926, Happy New Year. So we know they did these for roughly 12 years. The main benefit of moving to the cherry band pictures was they could put advertising on them. They were used to selling advertising on the jugs. So when Prohibition came and they had to start getting ready to find other vehicles they could put advertising on. This is Larry's Jugs. Lawrence, why don't you take a picture of the whole line of them? Early on, people were collecting cherry band pictures. The smallest one, there's probably 8 or 9 different advertisings on. These have been very collectible for a lot of years, and they make a great collection with the advertising. Thank you, Larry's Jugs Shop Talk.